Hey ladies, it's Amy. I just wanted to come on here and do a makeup tutorial for you. I know I sent you some colors in the mail and yours might look like this. This is the pumpkin spice look that has the moonstone, the shiny penny, and the espresso. And you're gonna see 3 different cheek colors on here. I'm gonna show you how to put those on. So this is your tutorial. You're gonna want, you may not have everything that I have, so I'm just gonna share with you what I'm using and why I'm using it and go step by step just so you see. So I have already done my skincare. I have put on concealer and my foundation, and now I'm gonna set that with setting powder. And what I like to do, I know you've seen me do this before with setting powder, is I like to put it really kind of heavy just here at the top of my cheekbone, so that if I have any fallout from eyeshadow, it falls into that and it just gets wiped away. And to set everything else, I just do a thin coat of this everywhere else. I like the translucent powder. I'm sorry, I said setting powder. I like the translucent powder because it looks white when it's on heavy, but really when you put it on, it just has a clear coating. It doesn't change the color of the foundation that you put on, but it sets it right where it's supposed to be. So this is translucent powder. And next, I am going to do some contouring today. You don't have to do that, but I'm getting ready to do some videos. So you're just going to get some little extra training in here today, okay? So I'm going to show you my compact. I use the Compact Pro, which is the Big Mama Jamma. It's got has all my fingerprints in it. It is a working compact. And I like it because I can put looks together with this and use all kinds of colors. Today we're going to be using these 3 cheek colors I told you about, and then these are the 3 eyeshadows that I sent you right here in this corner. So I'm going to show you how that works. I'm going to be using this pressed powder. It's Beige 2 pressed powder as my contour, and I'm using this very sharp angled foundation brush. I'm going to use the very corner, that tip right there, and just I like to squeeze it a little bit just so I can get it really concentrated. I just put a little bit. Now you do the fish lips, and you can see where you're under your bone, your cheekbone, so that little hollow. I like to get rid of my double chin. See that baby hanging down right there? If you darken it, people don't see it. Trick, makeup hack, illusion. I do under the chin for the same reasons. And blend that, and I will do a final blend when I put my my setting powder on. I do the sides of my nose, and then I just do up here. Now here's the thought is that everybody likes to look at an oval face, so you draw an oval and then you darken everything that's outside of the oval. It's kind of awesome. I like to blend this in. Now some people will teach you to do a 3. I just do them separately. Okay. Side of the nose. That's it. That's my contour. But I have very, very, very pale skin, so for me to put on contour and a highlight, it's kind of crazy. So I just use my pale skin as the light part that comes up. Okay, so as far as these colors go, I'm going to start with this lightest one called Crystalline. Oh no, it's Moonstone, called Moonstone. I'm going to grab my all over powder brush. That's pretty thick as far as like the width of a brush. And just like it says, I'm going to put it all over. Crazy, huh? So from my lash to brow, I always start up here and go down when it's just my base color. So now I'm going to take like the edge of the brush kind of on the side. I'm going to add some up here and just place it because that's going to act as my highlighter. So if you press these in, there's more staying power. And now I'm going to do just the corner of my eye because I do want that to be not as dark. So I guess I didn't want it to go that far, but just light. Now I'm going to grab my crease brush. So, and add some of the shiny penny, which is the coppery looking one. So that is going to be right here in my crease. And I'm just going to bring it a little bit above my crease, because when my eye, I have a hooded eye, acquired hooded eye. So when my eye is open like this, if I just put it in the crease, you can't see it. So I'm going to bring it up just a little bit. And I'm going to do the mobile lid with this color. The mobile lid is from your last year crease. So, okay, that's just all of it. I'm going to do the other side. I always start in the crease because then when you close your eye, you know your crease is done. What I love about these ChromaFusion eye colors is they don't like get creases in them. I love that. And then I'm going to cover the mobile lid. Now I'm going to take my all over color brush that I did the Crystalina and just blend this together up here. So I'm just taking that same brush and blending so that it doesn't look like I have distinct lines. And now for the final color is that espresso. I'm going to use that color in two different ways today. So I'm going to use that as my, what we call an accent color or a contour color for the eye. So I'm just going to use my crease brush, which is the one that has a tip on it, and just using the very tip, I'm going to do that darkest color, and I'm going to do the V. Oh, let me add a little more so you can see. I'm going to go along the crease here and along the lash here, just about a third of the way across the eye. So along the crease and along the lash. And what that does is create depth in the eye. Now what you'll want to do is wipe this brush off to blend. Let me see, I'm just going to grab a cotton pad and just get the majority of the color off. Don't do it hard, you can just, and then I'm just going to take that back and blend that a little bit more. I am going to go back with a little shiny penny over top of that because I just think that color is pretty and I want it to be more prominent. So I'm going to do the other side now. Grab the dark color, that espresso, just on the tip of my brush. Do the crease. And about a third of the way along the lash line. Now, I would probably do this during maybe 4 o'clock and beyond, because it's kind of an evening look if you do it this way. Leave off the espresso if you're doing this in the morning. Add the espresso, which is this dark color, at night. Okay, so now we're not done. So this is not the final look. We have to put on eyeliner. And we're going to use that espresso as eyeliner setter. So I like to use the liquid eyeliner pen. I just have more control over it. But if you like the pen, the pencil, or the gel, that's fine. You can do the same thing. You put the pencil on or the gel on. I feel like I have more control with this liquid eyeliner pen, so. All I'm doing is kind of pressing it in the cap so that the liquid comes out. Now, for those of you with blue eyes, this is going to make your blue eyes pop. Green eyes, it's a good color for green eyes too. They'll pop more. Green will pop more with, let's see, browns and purples will make green eyes pop. So now I'm going to grab my dual-ended brush. It has like a spoolie on one end and then that really thin, and I'm going to grab some of the dark color eyeshadow, that espresso, and go back over where I just did my eyeliner. Oh, I love this. This pumpkin spice look is so good for fall, for every eye color. Brown-eyed girls like me, just know you are lucky. You can wear whatever color you want and not worry about it making your eyes look weird. Now, underneath the eye, I want you to pay attention to underneath your eye because you've got these beautiful colors. Grab that Shiny Penny color, the coppery looking color. And I'm going to do that first underneath, all the way over to where the moonstone touches. Moonstone's already under your eye if you did that corner with the moonstone. So take that all the way over about 2/3 of the eye with the Shiny Penny. And then go back with the espresso and just do the outer 1/3 underneath. Now you're not doing your waterline, you're going underneath your lashes, or right where the lashes come out of your eye. And for those of you with older eyes like mine, I'm looking beyond my camera into a magnified mirror so I can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to wipe the excess off of that. All right. Now I can clean up my face a little bit. We're going to do blush, so I'm getting rid of that extra translucent powder there. And I'm just blending a little on my eye. I'm going to go back with my setting powder first. And I always keep it in the cap. And then take whatever brush I'm using, load the brush, and then I kind of brush it off into the cap so the excess product falls back into the jar. And I'm going to blend where I contoured earlier, because I don't want my contour to be like super like, oh my gosh, look, she contoured. If someone's saying, I can see your contour or your cheek color, you're doing it wrong. So let me know if someone ever says that to you, and I'll help you with tips on that. Now we're going to go back with that cheek color. Here's your cheek color hack. Those colors put together are colors that occur naturally in your cheeks. So I like to have them like right next to each other. I'm going to pull the eyeshadows over here. If you ever wonder why I leave blank spaces, that's exactly why. So now I can take my brush and I just go over all of them. Brush down. Okay, you start at the temple, go down to the apple center, and then back up. Okay. So if I left it just like this, you would be able to walk up to me and go, I can see where your blush is. So we're not going to leave it like that. I'm going to grab a little bit more of that setting powder on my powder brush and blend that up and down. Do you see the difference? I'm going to leave one unblended, blended. Okay. And again, I take my setting powder and go back over real quick on my eyes just to make sure all of that's tied together. Now all I need to do is lashes, brows, and lips. So let's start with lashes. I like to curl mine. Now with a crimping curling like this, you do not want to have any product on your lashes when you do this. None. Some people are like, oh, why? Because sometimes when you squeeze this, if you have product on your lashes, it'll actually stick to the curl and you can pull your lashes out, and that's not good. Okay, I'm going to do some lash primer. And while that is, I like my primer to dry, so while that's drying, I will do my brows. I like to use, let's see, sorry, I'm trying to squeeze things in where they're supposed to go and I'm putting them in the wrong places. I have one of those things that lets all your brushes stand upright. All right, I like to use the dual-ended brush again for my brows. So I always brush out the excess powder from my brows first by going backwards on my brows, straight up on my brows, and then brush them over to where they're supposed to be. And I want you guys know I always talk about my brows. They used to be like the bushiest brows I've ever seen. I never did pluck them, but as you age, stuff changes. So, you know, we just lose. I get like little holes in there. So I'm going to be using a dark blonde pencil. I did brunette for a while, but my brows were just getting too dark. So, and all I'm going to do is fill in those gaps along the bottom line first. I think once you have a guide, filling in the rest of your brow is pretty easy. I'm going to go up here because the hair grows up there, and then it starts going sideways. So just filling in holes with this brow pencil. Do the other side. If you don't know what your brow shape is supposed to be, I always recommend you go see, ask your hairstylist who's the best brow person, or if you see somebody whose brows are just beautiful, go get them shaped. I'm not a big fan of microblading or tattooing because it's permanent, and if I do this wrong, I can just wash it off and fix it. I don't like that permanent stuff, because as you age, permanent things age too, and they just look weird. So I've been in this business long enough to see women regret that mistake. Okay, I'm going to go back and use my dual-ended brush again. Like I used eyeliner to put, or eyeshadow to go over my eyeliner, I'm going to use a color called Burnish Bronze and just go over my brows, because sometimes with a pencil it can look a little waxy. It's the same color, so see, it didn't change it a whole lot, but it's going to cover up that shiny, waxy look. The powder is just going to set that in there. And now I don't have to worry about brows. Now, if you have blonde brows, probably the color you'll use is blonde pencil. You may even want to use a brow tint just to color that in. And if you're using a powder, you'll use what's called hazelnut. That's a great color for blondes. Okay, my eyelash primer is good. Now I'm going to put some Panorama mascara on. Let's see. I always like to do 2 coats of this. So the first coat, I'm going to hold my brush sideways because I want there to be thickness, like wideness to my lashes to make them look thicker. And I'm going to let it dry, and then I'm going to come back and apply it this way to make them, it goes on, makes your lashes look longer. And I wanted to do this video on YouTube, first of all, so I could share it with those of you that got the pumpkin spice look in the mail. Not everybody asked for it. Sometimes I feel like they're like, oh gosh, here's another video on her Facebook page. This way I can just send it to your email or your text message, either one of those. You can watch it at your leisure, and you can hit pause. I don't know if you can do that. Can you do that with Facebook Lives? I don't know. Maybe the replays. Yep, I just dotted some on my eye right there, so you can clean up with a Q-tip. While that's drying, I'm going to do my lips, then I'll come back and do a second coat. For my lips, I always like to, I'm going to just do a gloss today. I'm going to keep it pretty neutral because even though my eye's pretty neutral, this is like my everyday look. I don't want to go on there with like, you know, hello lips. I like Unique Mauve Unlimited lip gloss. It doesn't last very long. Lip gloss never lasts very long, but I think it's pretty. I think when you put it on like I just did using the doe foot applicator, it's okay. If you can get a lip brush to put it on, it's even shinier. It's really pretty that way. All right, let's go do lengthening of lashes. I like to like add extra to the back, pull it through longwise, and then I go back like this and separate. I know they have separating tools you can purchase, but I'm trying to be really quick and easy with this. So I'm adding product by going to the back of the lash, pulling straight up to add length, and then going back to separate the lash with that. I love this brush for those reasons. So, okay, that is it. Then you're gonna fluff up your hair a little. I always like to use my glasses as a headband, but I'm gonna fluff up my hair a little. And there is your pumpkin spice look. I wish I had better lighting in here for you, but this is what we've got, but hopefully you can see it. Hopefully I gave you a good way to put it on. And I'd love to see your after picture when you put that on. If you want to use that to get in on the makeover contest, this would be a great look to do. And you can just tell them it's a pumpkin spice look with moonstone, shiny penny, espresso, and then your cheek colors are a mixture of rosy nude, darling pink, and shy blush. We call that like the magic brick. We make like the brick. Those colors always look good no matter what your eyes are on everybody's face. So there you go. Have a great day. Bye. Thank you for playing though. That's awesome. Bye, ladies.